Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are on chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme. Text 11. Yad aksharam veda vidavadanti vishanti yad yatayo vitaragaha yad ichanto brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena pravakshaye. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Persons who are learned in the Vedas, who utter Omkar, and who are great sages in the renounced order, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. I shall now briefly explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation. So this is the reason why not everyone who reads Bhagavad Gita can become a devotee, because if we are hearing the Bhagavad Gita not from a pure devotee, but from the Brahmavadis who say, yes, I'm attracted to the impersonal form of God, his form as Omkar, his form as light, then the person will enter into that light, but yet remain an individual. Even though I enter into the Brahma Jyoti, it doesn't mean that I don't exist anymore. I continue to exist as an individual soul. I do not become the supreme Brahman. No, I am Brahman, yes, but I don't become the supreme Brahman. I remain as an individual soul. Lord Sri Krishna has recommended to Arjuna to practice the Satchakra Yoga, in which one places the air of life between the eyebrows. Taking it for granted that Arjuna might not know how to practice Satchakra Yoga, the Lord explains the process in the following verses. The Lord says that Brahman, although one without a second, has various manifestations and features, especially for the impersonalist. The Akshar or Omkar, the syllable Om, is identical with Brahman. Krishna here explains the impersonal Brahman into which the renounced order of sages enter. So we were just reading the glories of Omkar in Caitaniya Caritamta. So the Omkar is a representation of the Brahman, the light, the Brahmajyoti. And here Krishna is telling Arjuna how one can enter into the Brahman. Now, as we just said, even though we enter the Brahman, does not mean we become God, does not we become the Supreme Brahman, does not mean we become the Para Brahman. We continue to remain as Jivatma. In the Brahma Jyoti, we continue to remain as the Jivatma. In the Vedic system of knowledge, students from the very beginning are taught to vibrate Om and learn of the ultimate impersonal Brahman by living with the spiritual master in complete celibacy. In this way, they realize two of Brahman's features. So, in the Vedic society, the education was given right from young age, the spiritual education. The boys would go to stay in the ashram of the spiritual master, and then they were given this knowledge of the Brahman. This practice is very essential for the student's advancement in spiritual life. But at the moment, such brahmachari, unmarried, celibate life is not at all possible. The social construction of the world has changed so much that there is no possibility of one's practicing celibacy from the beginning of student life. Throughout the world, there are many institutions for different departments of knowledge, but there is no recognized institution where students can be educated in the brahmachari principles. So the brahmacharis in the ashram of the spiritual master were taught celibacy and the science of God. They were taught this so that when they grow up, they become grihas, they become they can understand the truth. The training is given from childhood itself. Unless one practices celibacy, advancement in spiritual life is very difficult. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya has announced, according to the scriptural injunctions for this age of Kali, that in this age, no process of realizing the Supreme is possible except the chanting of the holy names of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in Vedic society, the education was given from the beginning. People were taught in the Vedic scriptures. People were taught how the different Vedic hymns. But now, in modern society, we have no university, no school teaching that. No, there isn't any recognized institution. So Lord Chaitanya, he is the Yuga avatar for this age of Kali. And so that's the reason he gave us, he knows we have no qualification. He knows, we do not have cleanliness, our minds are disturbed, we are lazy, we are we cannot observe celibacy vows strictly. So that's why he said, okay, you just chant the Hare Krishna mantra and everything will follow. You'll get the highest benefit by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. This is the process of the age of Kali. This is the advantage we have been given. Although this age of Kali is an ocean of faults, but one good thing is that we have this Hare Krishna mantra, chanting of the holy name. This is said by Sukadev Goswami in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years ago, he said that. Kali Yuga had not yet begun, just beginning, kind of. He said that there is one good thing in this age of Kali, that is the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Because by just simply chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, we get the highest benefit. We get love of God. That's the highest benefit. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes. Did you want to add anything?
No.
So, yeah, so in this age of Kali, that's why we are just recommended to hear. We hear about Krishna from the devotees, hear from Bhagavatam, hear from Bhagavad Gita, but hear from the devotees, hear from in the parampara. Hearing in the parampara is very important. Why? Because when we hear from the parampara, we are getting the knowledge intact as it is. It's not been manipulated. And we can understand God. Then that is clearly hearing. And when we hear properly, when we really hear properly, take the message to the heart, then we will follow. We will follow the instructions. When we hearing properly, then it is easier to chant. Then when we chant, then we remember. So hearing is so important. It is one of the process of devotional service. Devotional service begins by hearing. So hearing and chanting, that is that needs to be done regularly. Then we'll stop here for today. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for listening and joining in today. Hare